What do you hear? What do you say? Today I'll be reviewing the newest streamer bait game, Lethal Company. Lethal Company is a semi-cooperative multiplayer game. After being fired from the Interplanetary Mining Corporation, known as Deep Rock Galactic, for failing a penis inspection day, it's not your fault. There was no notice or notes from management that grower, not a shower, would be removed effective immediately. Your addiction for going into dark places, liberating all the shiny resources from the native population, and risking your life to serve your corporate overlords can only be cured by joining the Lethal Company as its newest paid intern. Disclaimer: there is no minors here, so if you dig minors, this may not be the place for you. The game is pretty straightforward, but allow me to give you a quick summary for those whose dopamine receptors can only be activated by Family Guy clips accompanied with Subway Surfers on the bottom. You go to abandoned moons, collect scrap, sell scrap, and hopefully you'll be able to meet the company's sales quota. The ship is this game's hub. From here you can buy items, travel to moons, so you can get scrap, and read the bestiary. The bestiary contains all the information on any monsters you will encounter. The majority of these entries are just full of useless shit. Just tell me, what do they look like, and what do I do?
Wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
The majority of the items you'll be able to buy will enhance your group's experience and increase chances of survival. These items include high-quality flashlights, teleporters to quickly get back from your ship in a sticky situation, walkie-talkies that allows you to use VoIP no matter the distance, or you can just be a full-on spurg, waste all the group's money on pajamas and air horns. As money in this game is shared amongst the group, it's kind of like a commune for autism. Communism, if you would. Every moon will be procedurally generated and is assigned a hazard level that ranges from safe to S+. The ratings affect what type of creatures you will encounter on the planet. You could easily get monsters like bugs or slimes that act more like speed bumps, or you could get the Thumper. If those other monsters are speed bumps, the Thumper is Princess the Pitbull, and you are the unwatched child. Like any true pitbull, Thumper will clear that guardrail with ease if it means it can bite a child. The monsters aren't the only hazards you will face in the buildings, as there is also auto turrets and mines. When I first saw the mines, I assumed they were scrapped and attempted to pick it up. And in a Ryan Johnson level of subverting my expectations, my teammates ended up picking pieces of me up. The auto turrets can be easily disabled with a couple good whacks from a stop sign. Just don't whack it again. Or you'll find out who truly is the disabled one. My general strategy for playing this game is I use the Puerto Rican on the beach build. As soon as you can afford the boombox, does not matter if it will bankrupt the group, just buy it. Only go in with the boombox, cranking tunes, no flashlights, no walkie-talkies, no shovels, nothing but the boombox.
The fucking music just cutting in as it comes in.
This is where I learned the bestiary is full of shit. It claims music can calm down the slime. After playing my sick tunes, I have never seen a more faster, more aggressive slime that multiplied in size. Its determination to turn me and my boombox into paste was truly awe-inspiring. You can also be a base bitch and stay in the ship the whole level. You basically become an office receptionist in a construction company minus the sexual harassment. Or maybe not, since there are no HR complaints in space. While the men are risking their bodies and their lives, you are just chatting on the phone. Here you can disable landmines and turrets, though I still prefer my way. Guide your teammates towards scrap and away from monsters. Remember when I said the game is semi-cooperative? This is where the semi part comes in. Perhaps you want to keep the game more interesting, and perhaps you tell your teammate that you disabled turrets and mines, but you know goddamn well you didn't. Or instead of leading your teammates towards valuable scrap, maybe you want to lead them towards the Bracken, who will come up behind them and break their neck, take their body to the room furthest from the exit. Or maybe you believe you've gotten enough scrap for the day, so you start the ship leaving everyone behind, or you close the doors just as they are about to drop off their last load of scrap, and the last thing you hear is their screams as a sandworm swallows them whole, and then you grab the scrap yourself. If your teammates do somehow meet their demise, the game will penalize you for not getting their bodies back. I have learned the hard way that it's not worth to attempt to bring their lifeless body back. It always ends the same way. Always leave people behind. Just remember the company's order of P's. Property, profit, people. Can't get the ship to leave in time, it's leaving without you to protect company property. Taking a hit for leaving people behind is always better than dying and making no money. After each level, you will gain some experience and occasionally get titles based on how you perform during the level. The amount of experience you gain is based on how much scrap did the group get versus the total amount of present in the level, and how many of your group survived. If you get enough experience, you can get a promotion to a higher rank in the company. Just as you get experience for being good at the game, you also lose experience for being shit and dying. If you lose enough experience, you will rank down all the way back to intern. My advice is, don't suck and don't die. You may be asking yourself, what do these ranks give you? More health? Or increase your stamina so you might be able to last longer against tough monsters? Perhaps it lowers shop prices or increases the amount you get when you scrap. Well, you'd be fucking wrong. All that hard work's jack shit other than you get a special patch on your uniform that you'll barely be able to read. It is essentially the equivalent of a golden star in primary school or a liberal arts degree. You're special. Don't worry. We know you are. The one added benefit of being a rank higher than everyone else allows you to throw your weight around and let them know that you're the boss and they are essentially a lower life form, not just a smooth-brain primate. They don't even have a brain to be smooth. They're a goddamn protozoa when compared to your glorious part-time status. And you almost get dental benefits.
Listen here, what's your uniform say? Fucking intern. I'm part-time.
There's a couple of titles you can get, so let's go through them. Most profitable, congratulations, you actually played the game, and probably the reason why your team isn't in the vacuum of space. Laziest employee equals base bitch. Most damage taken, you may have a room temperature IQ, but this allows you to charge the bracken with a stop sign. Most paranoid? Oh, is your girlfriend in the room with us right now? What happens if you don't make your quota? Don't worry. You actually unlock the company's hidden rank, and every single member of your group is instantly promoted to astronaut. The game also has an actual story, though it is hidden through multiple cassettes you can find scattered all over the moons that you'll have to pick up. Sure, I could collect all of these entries and attempt to connect them and make a half-baked timeline that resembles more of a Harry Potter furry fanfiction than an actual cohesive story, but what do I look like? This is not a Dark Souls lore channel. This game is truly the closest thing we've ever gotten to a full-on homeless entrepreneur simulator. You go into moons, aka abandoned buildings and pre-construction homes, and attempt to scrap them as much as you can. Just look at the scrap you're getting. You grab whatever you can, rings, engines, giant electrical fuses, stop signs, and even a jar of pickles in an attempt to earn money. The monsters that attack you while scrapping, those are just property owners and security. Making your quotas, that is just the measly amount of money you need to afford your weekly crack supply. And when you don't meet your quotas, you get launched into the cold darkness of space. That's just a funny thing called crack withdrawal. You can even play this game in real life. It's so easy. Just buy some Mad Dog 2020, smoke the occasional crack rock, and go to a parking lot at night and get your saws out, and boom, all the scrap you can dream of. The gold standard? No, I believe we should invest in the catalytic converter standard. For these reasons alone, and it being a measly $10, I have to give it my highest recommendation, though I am a little sad that I can't kill myself in the hydraulic doors. I tried a lot.